Welcome to the Kate Molland channel. My podcast is now in progress. Let's tune in.
There's been so much talk on the different platforms, and so many influencers are saying you can go to Home Depot, you can go to Lowe's and meet a guy. Do you think that they should just set up maybe a corner where they can say, we're going to have a happy hour here, no alcoholic beverages, but maybe some appetizers, maybe some soft drinks. So all of you that believe that, you girls can just go hang out over here. And then all of you guys that are coming to our location to buy things or to browse, stop by the happy hour and see if there's a woman that would interest you. Do you think there's something in that?
I think that's an amazing idea. I would love for, one of these big box retailers that deals in lumber and hardware to have like a 2-hour happy hour where you can, if you're single and you're looking and this interests you, that you can pop in and make conversation with a few other like-minded folks. I think that sounds so cute. They do have classes, but they're typically for little kids, to make things. Maybe they need to have adult classes too.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Now, and then if they were to have those classes, they can say, now, depending on what you want, you can go down the aisle, right? If you want to lay pipe, you go down this aisle.
Oh, wow.
If you want to get smooth, go down this aisle. So we have all these different aisles you can go down. If you want to get some hard wood, you can go to the lumber aisle. And so whatever it is you're looking for, there's the aisle. So make yourself at home and have a great time. So I think that would be a good idea. I mean, I know that Whole Foods has a section where you can hang out. I saw that they have a bar area now where you can get, certain teas or certain beverages. And to be honest with you, I've seen more men at and women at Whole Foods than I ever have at Home Depot. When I go to Home Depot, I may go there to pick up like some kind of a generator, or I may go there to ask questions about lights or something like that. And as I go up and down the aisles, now there may be women there, I really don't know, but you're right. I am so focused on getting in there and getting out. I'm not looking at people. I'm not looking at women or men. I also heard that if a woman were to go there with her pet, that would be okay, because I understand those places are pet friendly. So maybe that should be a sign for women. If you're really looking for a guy, go there with a pet. And that's the sign. So a guy says, okay, she's got a pet. That means I can approach her. I can talk to her. But otherwise, how is a guy going to know that it's okay to talk to you? Your husband could be sitting outside in a pickup truck somewhere, walking in these jeans and cowboy boots and that cowboy hat. She's cute and everything, but who knows who's out there in the parking lot waiting for her. But again, if a woman is really desperate, there are men out in front of these supply stores that may be looking for work. And maybe you can give your number to them. Maybe you have to learn the language that they speak, but there are men out there that are looking for opportunity. I don't know. There are men out front looking for opportunity. There's men inside that are employees. And then there's also men inside, like you had mentioned earlier, that are shopping for specific pieces of lumber or tools or whatever so they can work on their houses. I think it's a good point that you made earlier that a woman can say, well, at least if I meet a man here, there's a good chance he may be a homeowner. But there's also a very good chance that he may be a homeowner and married.
He may be a husband also. Yeah, that he may already be a husband. I found though that while I'm at Home Depot, when I'm doing the major purchases and I'm there because I'm really going down the lumber aisle and I'm putting a lot of things on the cart. I dress a certain way. I dress to get dirty. And because being in those stores, they're dusty, there's sawdust, there's a lot of stuff. When I've popped in, like just to pick up like 1 or 2 items where it's not a serious buy, I tend to not necessarily be dressed to get dirty. Like I'm a little cuter. And I found that when I'm just picking up like 1 or 2 items, I actually have more bandwidth to look around and browse. Like maybe I'll go to the clearance section, take a look there, things like that. I'll look for new products. I'll look at appliances. But my attitude is I'm in a different mind space because I'm not there to buy, a ton of lumber. I'm there, maybe I'm just picking up 1 drill bit and garbage bags, something very random. But I have the bandwidth to peruse. And it's like operating in that bandwidth is a lot different than when I have a long list of building supplies that I'm trying to hurry up and buy. And so I feel like just the energy is different too. So maybe, if you see men who are in Home Depot and they're shopping, you can kind of feel their energy where it's like, do they look like they're frustrated over something? Because if they look like they're frustrated, I don't know if that's the best time to speak to them.
Well, you could, because you're a DIY coach. You could say, excuse me, sir, you have this frustrated look on your face. I happen to be a DIY coach. What's your problem?
I mean, for the average woman, she may not necessarily be in Home Depot because she's working on a project. Maybe she should create a project, and that's why she has a reason to go to Home Depot. But I don't know if talking to a man who's frustrated is the best opportunity for her, because he may see her as not helpful, but instead a hindrance.
I can see that also. So women are advised to go to Home Depot and look confused. So that way somebody will walk over to them and say, can I help you? And I have found that when women go there to look confused, people run. Like, I don't have time to deal with a confused woman. So now I would, if I saw a woman that looked like she was confused, I'd say, excuse me, what are you looking for? I don't work here, but I can probably tell you which direction to go to. But if there's a question that they would ask me, come to think of it, there was a time when a woman had asked me a certain question. And what did I do? I directed her to an employee. Because I'm not going to pretend I know where things are in the store, and I don't have a clue where these things are. So that might be a great place for a woman to go to pick up an employee.
That's a great point, because that's the thing, is that if you look a little too confused, you really need an employee to help you, and not your compatriot.
Right. I will not be able to help you. And I want to help you. So I'm going to say, look, let me turn you over to an employee. Now, what she could do is come back and thank me and say, well, you were very helpful. Thank you for referring me to the employee. It was very, very helpful. What's your name, by the way? Oh, my name is Jason. What do you say? Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you. Really? Okay. Are you here because of Home Depot dating?
But do men understand that this is what is being talked about on social media right now? Because I think if I was a guy, I would be like, Home Depot, what? Like, what are you talking about? I'm just here because I needed to buy a miter saw.
That's a good point, because even myself, as a single man, I would never go to Home Depot knowing that a woman is there to look for a guy. Like, here I am, I heard about it, so I'm going to make myself findable. I say, okay, I'm here so I can make myself findable. You're looking for a man. I'm here. What do you want to talk about? I already scoped the area, because the Home Depot in our area is pretty close to a lot of really good dining spots where you can go and say, would you like to have some coffee? We can go over there. There's a hot dog stand outside. I wouldn't offer a hot dog, but I'm just saying.
That's Costco, dating.
Oh, that's Costco. Yeah, I'm getting these places mixed up. So I would say, all right, to be honest with you, I'm not into the whole pickup scene. I know where to meet people, and I don't meet people that way. I'm kind of a traditionalist. I meet people through the best ways in which you can meet people, which I'll talk about at another time. But here's one thing I do want to add. I almost forgot to mention about the journalist. What she did was, one good way to find out the truth about whether or not you can find love at Home Depot, or whether women should go there to find these men at Home Depot, would be to talk to the female employees, which is exactly what this lady did. And she went over to 2 female employees and she said, listen, how long have you been working here? One girl said, I've been here 10 years. To the other girl, how long you been here? Oh, about 7 years. Are you 2 single? Yes. So where are all the men? And they said, that's what we want to know.
That's an interesting point.
They both said, we haven't seen them. They said, we see men rush in and rush out, and they buy their wood and they're gone. They don't have time to talk to anybody, because I would love to be married. She wants to get married. I want to get married. And together we've got 17 years in this place. 17 years. I'm not bad looking and she's not bad looking, and nobody has approached us about anything.
Wow. Well, I mean, there are so many different people, and people are attracted to different things. Some people want to be the person that does explain to you the difference between an incandescent and an LED bulb. And then, other people like somebody who approaches them with creativity.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think the damsel in distress brings out the knight in shining armor?
Gosh, I don't know, because I don't know.
Well, according to the fairy tale.
According to the fairy tale, it does, but I don't
Okay,
know.
well, then they'll just have to live a fairy tale then. All right, you Home Depot ladies, approach it like a fairy tale. Be the damsel in distress, and maybe that knight in shining armor will come running down the aisle on a white horse and pick you up and take you away. All the best.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for being here. This is so fun.
My pleasure. We'll chat soon.